second graders. So today we're moving on from how to grow bigger, better readers onto this topic. Now look what it says. When words are tricky, roll up your sleeves. What in the world does that mean? Does that mean literally to roll up your sleeves? No. Have you ever heard of somebody say, roll up your sleeves and get it done? What it means is don't just not do it or not try, right? So when we say when words are tricky, roll up your sleeves, we mean when you see a word that you don't know in your reading, when you come across a word, don't just skip over that word and go on to the next word. Because remember, in second grade, it's all about understanding what you read. So when you come to a tricky word or word that you don't know, don't just go meh and keep going. We want to stop and address that word. Okay, we want to say, well, what could it be? And there's several ways that we can do this. One way that we're going to talk about today is we can check the picture and think, would that make sense? So let me show you what I mean. We'll go back to our First Day Jitters book that we've been using. Okay, and you remember that we did our Stop and Jot with this too, right? And that she said she did not want to go to school. And so I'm going to read you these couple of pages. That's just it. I don't know anybody, and it will be hard, and I just hate it. That's all. What will everyone think if you aren't there? We told them you were coming. They will think that I am lucky, and they will wish that they were at home in bed just like me. Mr. Hartwell sighed. Sarah Jane Hartwell, I'm not playing this silly game. I don't know that word. Silly longer. Does that make sense? No? No? Let me look at the picture and see if I can get a hint. I'm going to bring this closer. Do you see the picture? What is Mr. Hartwell doing? Is he looking at his watch on his hand? Okay, so let me get closer and show you what I'm reading right here. Do you see how it says, I'm not playing this silly game one, and it starts with an S, and he's looking at his watch. What could make sense? I'm not playing this silly game one second longer. Does that make sense? Yes. So you could see that if we didn't know this word, second, that's okay. But we want to dig deep. We want to roll our sleeves up and get busy about that word that we don't understand, don't we? So then we used our picture to help us figure out what the word could be, because he's looking at his watch. Well, what's on a watch that starts with an S that would make sense in the sentence? I'm not playing this silly game 1 second longer. I'll see you downstairs in 5 minutes. Do you see how we did that? So when you are coming across a word that you don't know or that might be a little tricky, I want you to roll up your sleeves. That means I want you to really dig deep and try to figure out what that word could be. One way for us to figure that out is for us to look at the picture and think, what could make sense in that sentence? Just like today we did with this example. So as you're reading in your independent reading time today, I want you to take the time when you come to a word that is tricky, and we all hit those words, so it's fine. But when we hit a word that's tricky, we want to roll up our sleeves and put in our best effort to figure out what that word could be. And one way that you can use to help you figure out what the word is by looking at the picture to help you figure out what that word could be. All right? So give it a try today in your independent reading. Bye, guys.